laugh. It's Clapback Thursdays, mofos.
Oscar Delahoya, man. I think he's on to something with his Clapback Thursdays. And I tend to watch his Clapback Thursdays. Let's be honest, Oscar De La Hoya, he has charisma. And, I mean, whether you like what he's been saying on these Thursdays or not, these tend to be some facts. It's your boy, Mr. 926, a.k.a. Bushido the Dragon, a.k.a. the Black Mage, a.k.a. I can just do this all day, the two-time demonetized champion of the world.
I need y'all to get the likes up, man. Get the likes up.
Check it out, man. Oscar De La Hoya and his Clapback Thursdays, man. Pretty hilarious. And they're getting better as the weeks go. More editing, more involved, and, you know, with the sound effects and everything. Oscar De La Hoya is just trolling boxing right now. And he has some things to say about PBC, you know, and if you don't know, now you know. Oscar De La Hoya, a lot of the fighters, Wilder, Spence, Danny, a lot of these guys were with Goldenboy Promotions prior to them going over there to PBC. But check out what Oscar De La Hoya had to say on Clapback Thursday.
It's your favorite time of the week again. Time for the only segment in boxing that gives you the facts and makes you laugh. It's Clapback Thursdays, mofos. And I have some very important details to share with you, so let's get right to it. All right, so last weekend, Tim Tszyu got viciously knocked out in the third round against a relatively unknown opponent. Here's what he had to say.
What the fuck just happened? Like, what did I get hit with? And couldn't regroup, and I don't know, man.
I have nothing but respect for Tim Tszyu. I actually love the guy. This is just another example of PBC's horrible matchmaking skills. Let's take a trip down memory lane. So 10 years ago, almost to the day, I had several traitors in my office. Douches. My company, Goldenboy Promotions, built all the top PBC fighters, including Errol Spence, Deontay Wilder, the Charlo brothers, Danny Garcia, Abner Mares, Leo Santa Cruz, the list goes on. But these disloyal douches in my office waited for my fighters' contracts to expire, and they took them over to the new startup promotional company called PBC. Hundreds of millions of dollars were raised, and PBC tried to take over the entire boxing industry. And they failed miserably. All the fighters they stole from us were on track to have Hall of Fame careers with the guidance of Goldenboy. And now look at them. They fight once every 3 years. PBC ruined their careers. It is a sinking ship over there. Karma takes a long time, but it always comes around. And Canelo just can't help himself when it comes to being an ungrateful, jealous asshole.
I'll bring up a name, Oscar De La Hoya.
Nah, don't bring that motherfucker. Dumb bitch.
Canelo, why do you hate me so much? Is it because I fought all challengers and you refuse to fight David Benavidez? Is it because the public will always remember you as a duck? Canelo, I built you. I'm your daddy. Forever, and you cannot deny that. So, Canelo, fuck you. And remember, folks, you're never a hater if you only speak the facts. Have a nice weekend.
Now, to hear what he had to say, he said quite a bit there, right? He said quite a bit. Pretty much said the PBC fighters, that's what they get, basically. You guys left me. We was building y'all up over here at Goldenboy. You guys left to go over there with PBC, upstart PBC. And, you know, things were going good, but now it's not. You know, you guys are barely fighting. A lot of you guys were on track to be Hall of Fame fighters, legendary, great fighters. And to be honest, wow. Man, they have things changed significantly since those days, bro. You remember back when PBC first came around, and you know it was totally different time in boxing, and it wasn't really that long ago, but it feels like it was so long ago. And now you look at it, Goldenboy is still here, man. Despite Goldenboy not necessarily, in my opinion, more recently anyway, they don't really have anybody noteworthy, right? You know, they got an abundance of Latino fighters, top Latino fighters, but as far as having a melting pot of different fighters, they don't necessarily seem to have that. And when we talking black fighters, they don't necessarily seem to really push those fighters like I feel that they should. You know, at the very least, Bernard Hopkins should be pushing the black fighters over there at Goldenboy Promotions, but that's neither here nor there. Oscar De La Hoya is on, he do got a point, right? He do got a point. But that's just crazy how things turn out sometimes, you know. You hearing rumors that PBC or Al Heyman is very ill. And I think the biggest problem with PBC over the years, and this is one of my biggest gripes with PBC, was the fact that there was no spokesperson. There was nobody to control the narrative for PBC. You got Sam Watson, but he didn't say nothing. He didn't do nothing. You know, for all we know, he's really Al Heyman. You know, Al Heyman himself is an enigma, is a mythical figure in the boxing community that we heard nothing but stories about. You know, and I think he had that approach of being this mysterious guy behind the scenes. But however, you know, you got to have somebody out here trying to control. You got to have somebody out here as a face, a spokesperson, to kind of control the narrative. And I think that's what Steven Espinoza with Showtime was trying to do at the time. He's not necessarily a PBC guy, but I felt that he was a PBC spokesperson because there was nobody else to kind of control the narrative for PBC. People was just kind of saying anything and doing anything. And Steven Espinoza was trying to set the record straight with the company. But whatever the case, I feel like that was a kind of a bad move. And I always felt that. Like, you got to kind of come out here and let the people know who you are, especially when there's so much money involved and you got all kinds of knucklehead fans and pocket watching, doing all this stuff. You got to kind of control your own narrative. But whatever the case, man, it's a total far cry from what it used to be with PBC. You know, back in the days when, you know, everything was like in-house and they was just trying to do their own thing. And, you know, all the fighters was at the top of the world at one point. And now guys like Broner, Wilder, you know, a lot of my favorite fighters, man, it's a totally different game now. So, yeah, man, that's what Oscar had to say. I mean, Oscar, he do be speaking the facts, though. Whether you like it or not, whether it hurts your feelings or not, the facts are the facts, man. And so, yeah, Oscar De La Hoya also said, F. Canelo Alvarez, I am your father. I made you. You know, him and Canelo still got a lot of beef. And to be honest, Oscar De La Hoya is a legendary fighter. You know, he fought literally everybody, right? He fought everybody. So that's why I will always have that respect for Oscar De La Hoya, because he fought everybody. He wasn't avoiding the styles. He wasn't avoiding elite black fighters with a slick, speedy styles. He wasn't doing any of that. He fought the big punchers. He fought the tough Mexican guys. Oscar fought literally everybody. So you can never critique him in his career and the way he moved. Now, you may say something about the fishnet situation and how he lives outside of boxing, but you can never criticize the guy for the great warrior that he was in the ring in his prime. But yeah, that's the video, you guys. Oscar De La Hoya, his clapback Thursdays is pretty hilarious. He had quite a bit to say about PBC. Tell me what you guys think. Like, subscribe, holla at your boy. Peace out.